You know, I find it amazing that the one thing these losers will always try to do is they'll try to pretend as if they're not ideological psychopaths. They'll try to sit there and pretend like they're just trying to do something that's good for diversity. That's all they're trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, and you're not letting them. You're bigots. You evil bigots are not letting them do their DEI stuff. Well, apparently, all you got to do is just kind of back them into a corner, and they will show you exactly who they are. Apparently, the former Concord developer maligned critics as talentless freaks as the game fails to hit 700 peak concurrent players. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a former developer or current developer, I really don't even know. I think he was a current, I don't know. But a current or former developer of Concord is now attacking people left and right on Twitter because people are essentially just making fun of the game and they don't like it, right? Concord is the love child of DEI. It's what happens when you get funded, you're led by ideological psychopaths, every single one of them, and then you make a video game that is going to showcase your ideology every chance it gets, right? It gives you pronouns, it gives you the super overly diverse stereotypical cast, all this nonsense that you've come to expect from a DEI-oriented game. So let's get into this article, guys, from that Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says a former Concord developer who now claims to work for PUBG Studios has maligned gamers who are opposed to Concord and its woke DEI agenda. Ex-user Anime Xander posted to X to celebrate Concord's release. It's Concord release day. So insanely proud of the team and what they and we have accomplished. A labor of love like nothing else. Been playing it so much since early access started a few days ago, and I'm so excited for it to be available to everyone. Now, the funny thing about this is that they left this studio that is an absolute fucking train wreck. A studio that is, I'm telling you, within a year or so, will either have layoffs or will close down. There's no doubt about it. It can only be subsidized so much with these kind of numbers. Numbers don't lie. As much as DEI shills want to lie to you nonstop on Twitter about, oh, those culture war chuds, they have no idea what they're talking about. Everybody loves these games. Well, the numbers don't lie. And the numbers will never lie. You can continue to talk this bullshit all you want, but if you don't believe me, you can go believe the numbers because they don't lie. A labor of love like nothing else. And again, he added, I'm so honored to have had this as my first AAA game. It was a huge learning experience and lots of struggles, but I'm glad to have gone through them. Time to go play. So this game, Concord, was this particular person's first ever AAA game, which shows in the quality of the work when it comes to Concord. Not too surprising. So they must have hired a lot of inexperienced people to work on this AAA team shooter that was somehow going to compete against Valorant and Overwatch 2, which are free, by the way. Somehow was going to compete against it. But still, here we are, a $40 game, AAA game, being worked on by people with no experience. That makes a lot of sense. Then ex-user Preston responded to this post writing, I'm so sorry, this has to be your first. I do not believe it is you or any of the devs' fault that this game has performed so poorly. I can tell that a lot of effort was put into completing this game. It just came at the wrong time and the wrong genre. In a now deleted post, Anime Xander responded, I don't really care. It was a huge labor from a lot of insanely talented people making an awesome game. Why would I care about a bunch of talentless freaks hating on it? I'm sure having fun playing it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Now, I had spoke about this in a previous video, and I'm just kind of rehashing it so you guys can get a little bit of the context before we move forward. But again, you want to talk about talentless freaks, right? This person blocked me, okay? I didn't get to say this in my last video. This person blocked me, literally blocked me, and I never once even communicated with them. Never once spoke to them, never once quote tweeted them, never once messaged them, nothing. So this ideological psychopath is following the same exact blockchain that every other ideological psychopath is following. So just make sure you guys understand that if they try to tell you they're not like that, they are. Listen, look at their actions. Listen to what they're saying. Right now, you have them melting down online because of this nonsense. Despite claiming that he does not care, which he does, by the way, then he decided to hide a handful of responses and demanded the users pay him $8 if they want the posts unhidden. You can see the unhidden replies below. So this person decided to do the typical you paid for Twitter nonsense, which, by the way, one of you guys poster childs, Nick Calandra, he also was caught paying for Twitter. He just hid his check mark like a lot of you fucking losers do. So a lot of you guys who say you don't pay for Twitter, you actually do pay for Twitter. You just hide your check mark. It's very obvious you pay for Twitter because you're able to go past the character limit, and you morons don't even realize that. Fucking idiots, I swear. But again, look at these pictures here. You're going to see, thank you for this dog shit ass game. I'm sorry, but I'm not playing a game without disabled representation. Yeah, I'm glad the 10 people who pre-ordered are having a blast, though. It's probably not going to go past Season 2. Now, I think it is going to go past Season 2 because I'm pretty sure, like most of these live service games, they have about 2 seasons worth of content lined up, ready to go that they're going to milk over time. So they're going to fill out they're going to fill out their contract. They're going to fill out their delivery of a certain amount of seasons before any potential talk of cancellation or shutdown. Here's an example of one of his replies to a hidden post. Pay me $8 to unhide your reply. Again, these are just absolute fucking losers. And you got to imagine this particular person, if he was still working for Firewalk Studios, chances are he would be on an unemployment line. And I'm pretty sure he would be the one begging for $8, just like his former co-workers are about to in about a year once his game ends up blowing up. But still, this thing is just showing exactly who these people are. These gaming developers, Urinalists, all of them, they're all the same, man. Some of them are absolutely normal people. There's no doubt about it. We have met some of them that are normal people inside the industry. A lot of them don't want to speak out unless it's through anonymity, which is fine. I totally understand that. But let it be known, there are people inside the industry that absolutely see what's going on, and they're doing everything they can to fight out against it while not revealing who they are. I totally respect that, and I understand that. I just wish that more people would be a little bit more forward about it, because that way losers like this wouldn't feel like they're so above everybody else morally and they're surrounded by people who all agree with them, because in all actuality they're surrounded by people that don't agree with them. That's the hilarious thing about all this. Anime Xander's reaction is not surprising given the game's lead character designer John, I don't know how to say the last name, claimed that the justice system in the United States of America was white supremacy back in 2020. Damn, they're pulling out fucking receipts from 2020, bro. This is insane. But again, yeah, if you look back, a lot of these developers, a lot of these gaming Urinalists, you can see what happened in 2016 if you go back to their tweets long enough. In 2016, all of them, like, all their minds broke. It literally just broke. They all just stopped working. The TDS just ran rampant throughout their entire body. And ever since then, their entire lives have been controlled for the last 8 years over TDS. And they have no help whatsoever when it comes to it. There's no cure for TDS. The only cure for TDS is to hope that, you don't get inflicted with it. Otherwise, your life's over at that point. There's no fucking cure. So again, these people are psychos, and I'm sure if you look back enough, you'll be able to find certain questionable tweets. Furthermore, Firewalk Studios made it abundantly clear they support the evil ideology of inclusion. The game features ugly DEI-inspired characters and pushes transgender ideology through the inclusion of pronouns for each of its characters. This game is fucking trash, bro. I mean, like I said, we could talk about this until we're freaking blue in the face, but ultimately, nothing's going to change. Concord is a massive failure. I would love to see what the official spin on this is going to be, because PlayStation has to put a spin on this, right? Sony has to put a spin on this. Firewalk Studios has to put a spin on this. I would love to see what the spin is going to be about Concord, because right now, you got YouTubers and you got all kinds of gaming Urinalists being exposed over the Dustborn reviews. It's so obvious with Dustborn that they are being paid to do it, or they are being driven to give it ridiculous scores because it's ideologically based. They are absolutely exposing themselves. So I would love to see what Concord brings in that notion. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.